Good morning. Good morning, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the building. Hitting y'all with this quick live stream so that we can get into the audacity of the elite class of Israel. We're going to get into that for sure, for sure. The leaders of Israel are showing their ass, y'all. They're showing their ass. Today I'm going to prove again why government is useless. As a matter of fact, I'm going to prove why government is destructive. Because that's all it is. Government is a destructive force. It doesn't matter which government it is. It doesn't matter if it's the United States government, yeah, I don't think they want me to talk about this, y'all, but I'm going to talk about it, okay? Today I'm going to prove why government is a destructive force that is completely unnecessary. Please hit the like button. Please engage. Please share, because they don't want me to talk about this. Queen Sister Cameron, good morning. I got a question, Cameron. Did you finish my book yet? I forgot to ask. Got to ask you finish my book. Good morning, Sister Cameron. Please drop your link in the chat, you guys. Y'all need to go check out Queen Sister Cameron's channel. She has very insightful content, very useful, and very it's very soothing content, right? So as a mental health professional, she knows what she's talking about in the realm of mental health. So y'all go check her out. Anyway, Israel has decided to allow United Nations to enter into or drop aid in Palestine, in the Gaza Strip, for those seeking food, medical supplies, all these different things. Life-saving provisions is essentially what they're trying to give to the people of the Gaza Strip that Israel has been persecuting for decades, right? For decades, but in the last couple of years have been genociding. I know they're going to tell you, oh, there's no genocide, it's self-defense. How much self-defense do you need? All right. But here's the thing, though. You're going to allow the United Nations to administer aid to Palestine, to the Gaza Strip? Oh, yeah, we'll allow it. First of all, the country of Palestine does not belong to you. It's not your country. For you to or not to allow anybody to go in there and do anything for the people of the Gaza Strip. I don't understand how we are allowing Israel to continue these crimes against humanity under the auspices of self-defense. We're past that. Time and time again, they have shown that this is not about self-defense. This is not about hostages. They told you they're going to, as a matter of fact, they set a date 2 weeks from this week. They're going to go into Gaza and completely take it over. So we have to think about this, the timeline. They're going to go into the Gaza Strip and they're going to take it by force, okay? They're going to take it by force. And now they're saying, oh, we're going to allow aid to go in. Well, how much difference is that going to make now? You're going to allow the UN to bring aid to these people, but then 2 weeks later, you're going to go into Gaza, displace and murder more people. How does that help? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some bullshit. Brother Shelton, good morning to you. Yeah. And so But because it's Israel, one of our greatest allies, they get to do this bullshit. They get to continue crimes against humanity. I don't understand how this is allowable. How is it that we're allowing Israel to dictate whether or not someone can bring aid to starving people? Multiple. I think it's like, I don't know how many people, over 10 people a week have been dying from starvation. Do you know what that means? You know how long it takes to die of starvation? It's not like water, right? Where you go 3 days or 4 or 5 days without water. No. Food is like 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks without food, you're gonna die. So that means that these individuals in Gaza have been starving for 3 weeks, at least, individuals. And you know how they tried to pass it off to Hamas? They were saying that Hamas was taking the aid. That's not true. Not true at all. Multiple reports have determined that's not true. Right? Now, Israel is talking about, why wait? Oh, now you want to talk about, okay, it's okay to bring them aid. When you know, if you enter into Gaza Strip, what's to stop Israel from just mowing down hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of individuals to get what they want in Gaza? What's to stop them? What are they going to say? Oh yeah, that 2-year-old pointed a gun at the IDF. Oh yeah, that 5-year-old, yeah, that pregnant lady, that old lady. You know how they try to tell y'all. Oh yeah, that woman had a bomb strapped to her. Yeah, that's right. So we had to kill her. Well, we know that they have been lying about that, right? Not to say that there haven't been, right? Like say in Iraq, when they invaded Iraq, when they invaded Afghanistan, did some of that happen? Sure. But we know that we found out that they have been lying about the numbers. What do you think Israel's going to do when they go into the Gaza Strip and these people don't move fast enough for them? They don't move fast enough for them. What's to stop them from just indiscriminately killing these people? Why do you believe that, Snapzilla? Well, because they have demonstrated they're willing to kill innocent people. And they're willing to blame Hamas for it, talking about, oh yeah, they're using these people as human shields. So you knew that they were using them as human shields, so you decided to destroy the human shield just to get to the target. We know that they are capable and willing to do that. Cameron says, I have not family, been having a lot of going on, fam. It's all good. Once I do, I would like to have you on the channel so I can do a review. Oh, it's all good. I just was wondering. I was curious. Yeah, I need to start promoting it more. I need to start, just to know, if y'all didn't know, I wrote a book. It's called The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It's on Amazon right now. And yeah, y'all can go cop that. I think it's it might be like $10 to $15 for the hard copy. And then you guys can, if you have Kindle, you can get it for free on Kindle. And if you don't have Kindle, you can get the ebook for like $3. So y'all go check it out, man. I want more and more people to read that book. Anyway, it's a fictional book, but it's very good. The story is great, if I do say so myself. Everyone that's read the book has thoroughly enjoyed it. They have thoroughly enjoyed it. They enjoyed the pace. They enjoyed the story. They enjoyed the twists and turns and all that good stuff. They enjoyed the character development, the world building. There's a lot going on with that book. Anyway, yes, The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. Absolutely. It is the first book of many in the universe that I am creating and I am building. I'm building an entire universe. So that there are going to be multiple stories coming out of that universe, right? But I'm going to do 3 trilogies before I start branching out. This is going to be the origin story. Anyway, hold on to your hat. Have you heard what's going on in the United States? Rotten Poochies. What is going on in the United States? Please inform me. James Abbott, Allahu Akbar. Do you know where Israel is? Can you show me on the map? Yeah. What? What kind of question is that? See, this is what they do. Queen Cameron, if you can drop the link, that would be, if you would be so kind, you can share the link on copy the link and share it in the chat. Yes, Rockin' Poochies, human rights violation. Yes, the United States has been committing human rights violations for centuries. Yes, the United States government has been and will continue to commit human rights violations. Every government commits human rights violations. A government cannot exist without subjugating its people. So every government is abusing and committing human rights violations. What I am pointing out are what I do. I give examples of these violations every morning, Monday through Friday, in the morning paper. That's what I call this here show. Countries need to start taking care of their people. You know what, Angela Greer? You know what I believe? I think people need to start taking care of themselves. It starts with the individual, right? Because the smallest minority is the individual. I forgot who said that originally. I forgot the original coiner of that phrase, but the smallest minority is the individual. And each individual, each adult individual needs to be capable of taking care of themselves, being self-sufficient, before they rely on a system designed to abuse and extract from them to do so. And once you discover that you can be self-sufficient and you can rely on yourself and protect you and your family, then you will understand you don't need government. And that's what they don't want. Gingers are the smallest minority. That's funny. And listen, Queen Sister Cameron has dropped the link to my book in the chat if y'all want to go check it out. Y'all go check that out, man. Cameron says, I think Ayn Rand or something like that is who said that. Yeah, somebody said it. I last heard it from this guy named Brian. He used to have a channel called High Impact Flicks. Queen Mother Shaquila, good morning to you. Much love to you. Gingers are an anagram. You know, I never heard that. What could it be an anagram for? Anyway, so King Ducky, salute. The mere audacity, the mere idea that Israel thinks that it can dictate that a country it's destroying and the people they're destroying and leading to starvation can dictate whether or not they can get aid from other countries. So what happens if the UN against Israel's approval? What if they try to do it anyway without his approval? Are they going to bomb these UN countries? Are they going to attack? Let's say the US decides to send aid over there. Are they going to attack the US? Who the fuck are they to tell somebody that they can bring aid to a country they are committing genocide in? It's fucking genocide. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what the Republicans tell you. It's fucking genocide. Japan man says, with all due respect, from one black man to another, it's no longer 2002, my guy. Fix up and dress accountability like a man of your own age. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Fix up and dress accordingly. Accordingly to what? Dress up accordingly? What is this, a fucking job interview? I don't need to dress up. What are you talking about? DA says the genocide started on October 7th. No, it started before that. It just exponentially grew. Like an adult, what am I dressed like? Why are you worried about the way I'm dressed? Why are you worried about the way I'm dressed? I'm talking about a country committing crimes against humanity against another country, and you're talking about the way I'm dressed. Yeah, I'm not in a fucking job interview. I don't need you motherfuckers to hire me. I tell you what. Drop me a super chat, and the next time you see me, I'll have a tie on. How about that? It's got to be at least $100 though. Drop 100 in a super chat, and I'll dress up for you. How about that? Daily AI bot says, I support you, Freedom. I appreciate that, AI bot. Sure. So anyway, I'm talking about crimes against humanity being committed by Israel. I'm talking about countries trying to bring aid to the people of the Gaza Strip who are starving to death. Women and children and men who cannot fight. And you're telling me to dress like what? Should I dress like an Israeli soldier? Should I dress like a Palestinian that's starving to death? How should I dress for this occasion? What was it? I'm getting ready to go and to the chiropractor. So what do you want me to do? I appreciate that, Queen Mother Tequila. Yes. I mean, help me understand. Listen, I'm just pointing out the idiocy so that you guys can understand. That's why I give attention to these people, because I want to help you understand. Because you see how I talk about how he's referring to the way I'm dressed, and I bring it back to the genocide that's going on with Israel. I'm drawing y'all back, right? I'm pointing out how I'm not here to impress anybody with the way I'm dressed. I'm here to talk about the slaughter that's going on. I'm here to talk about the orchestrated and designed famine that is occurring in Palestine right now. And I'm talking about how 2 weeks before they're talking about invading Gaza, they now want to allow the UN to bring aid. They're going to go into Gaza Strip. They're going to go in there. What they have done over the past couple years is they have weakened the resolve of the people of Palestine. They have essentially destroyed the Palestinian government. They have weakened the infrastructure. They have created starvation. These are tactics used by war criminals to make it easier for them to invade another country. See, this is the type of shit that used to happen back in the medieval times. Before the Geneva Convention, even during the Revolutionary War, Civil War, all those wars before the Geneva Convention came about, and there were supposed to be certain things that you can and can't do when you are at war with another country. Like starving the people that are not combatants, destroying aid stations, destroying hospitals, destroying shelters being used as hospitals, and being used for people who are seeking refuge. They used to do these things back in medieval times when they go to other countries and rape and pillage the people of those countries and completely eradicate them. These are things that you're not supposed to do in current times with the Geneva Convention in place. But they are constantly violating the Geneva Convention under the auspices of self-defense. And now they want to allow aid to come in from the UN. It's over for Palestine, people. You know why? Because no one's doing anything about this. No one's stopping Israel. No one's, when they attacked Iran, and Donald Trump acted like he was angry and upset about it, and then a couple of days later bombed Iran on their behalf, that shows you right there. And that was a test from Israel to see what they could get away with. Now they're going to get it popping. And they know that Iran will not intercede. Iran won't intercede. And the U.S., if Iran does try to intercede, will stop Iran from doing anything. There is aid, you liar. Sure, there's aid. It's just not getting to them. There is aid, you liar. Sure, and when there is aid, they destroyed aid stations. And they kill people seeking aid. Sure. However you want to do it. Freedom, are you a Christian? No, I'm not. Did y'all know that Jesus Christ did not want a religion based in his name? All he wanted was for people to follow the righteous path he followed. He didn't want a religion named after him and all these atrocities being committed in his name. Jesus Christ was an anarchist. He was anti-establishment. He was anti-tyranny. He was pro-individual. He was pro-individual freedom. But they created a religion after him anyway. And in his name, remember the Crusades? Let's not get into that. Y'all don't want me to listen. Y'all don't want me to talk about that. I'm Christ-like. I'm Christ-like. Just like there are many people before Christ that did the same type of things he did, and they crucified him for it. Not just him, but people in the past and people in the future. No, Jesus is not my Lord and Savior. Jesus was a righteous anarchist who tried to spread the message of freedom amongst the people because they were being persecuted and subjugated by the governments and the rulers of the time. He wanted to help people free themselves from the tyranny. And did he receive messages from God to spread amongst the people? Perhaps. But because he was able to do that, they felt like, oh, well, this guy must be God's son, or he must be God himself. The first Bible was written hundreds of years later, using the words and using whatever dialogue that was occurring back when Jesus was in place, Jesus was alive. But y'all can believe what you want. It is, you guys have your own ideas of what is and what isn't. But Israel have been unable to stop Hamas for 2 years. They haven't been trying to stop Hamas. They've been carrying Hamas so they can continue to do what they want to do. See, in boxing, they call that carrying an opponent. Right? You want to put on a show, you accidentally, right? You want to put on a show. You want to give people 10 or 12 rounds, or at least 8 rounds where it's exciting and you building it up, and then you finally knock a person out or you win by decision. Well, if your opponent can't keep up and they got a weak chin and you accidentally about to knock them out, or you hurting them too much, you might slow down or pull back or pull your punches to carry your opponent. It happens in boxing. And it's happening with Israel. Christ has always been, will always be. Always been and will always be what? I am brainwashed. Okay. Sure. Jesus was an alien. When we killed him and the aliens blacklisted our planet. Y'all are funny. I'm unsubbing from you. I thought you were a Christian. Oh, no, I'm not a Christian. Have a good day. Let me help you out. I believe in freedom of choice. So I choose. You choose to not be here, I'll go ahead and make sure you can never come back. There you go. Anybody else interested in leaving? And needs a little bit of help getting out? He clearly wasn't an anarchist. He preached his father's law. So you're saying if a man preaches his father's law, he's not an anarchist? That is a fallacious argument, my friend. What if his father's law was natural law? The law of nature. Right? And you guys misinterpret it. Y'all get what y'all want from him. See, y'all take what y'all want from what y'all say, people say. Do y'all realize that the stories in the Bible are allegories? Anyway, somebody says, I am mad with the tiniest power. No, if I was mad with the tiniest power, 90% of you people in the chat would be going right now. No, what I'm doing is when people choose to be done with me, but they decide to comment in the chat anyway, I'm helping them fulfill their decision. I blocked him. He said he was unsubbing. He said he didn't want to be around. So I helped him out. What are you talking about? I made it easy for him to get away. If I were power hungry and power mad, you wouldn't be here right now. You wouldn't be able to type in the chat. Anyway, the message is this. Israel said that they would allow the UN to give aid to people. Okay? And guess what happened? No one said anything. It's not even a story. It's in the article, right? They're writing a story about it. But no one's talking about the audacity of Israel to try to dictate that. The UN, these United Nations, if they wanted to, can sit Benjamin Nosferatu ass down and say, look here, pimpin'. We gonna bring aid to these people, whether you like it or not. And if you try to stop us, well, we'll wipe your ass off the map. How about that? Because you're committing crimes against humanity. And when we get a hold of your monkey ass, we're gonna lock you up. That's what should be happening. Shelton says your duty is to support Trump. Yeah, crazy. I marry YouTubers. How's that your duty? I don't understand what you're talking about. I am married. Yes, I was in the army. Yes. I was in the army. Hamas gay, Gaza, the same shit. Tell lies about everything. Helena says you doing nothing. You know what I'm doing? I'm spreading the message of freedom. And every time I do these live streams, more and more people hop on board with the message. Are they ready to be free right now? No, but every time I do this content, they get one step closer. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Anyway, y'all, I gotta get out of here. And I will holler at y'all later. We will get into some more shit. But just think about that. Y'all are upset with me with what I'm saying. Think about how interesting it is that a country that is in violation of committing in violation of so many war Geneva Conventions, and no one's doing anything about it, and now he's talking about they're going to allow other countries to bring aid to the people that are starving to death? Help me understand how that's not a problem. Help me understand that how what I'm doing is worse than what they're doing, or why I'm the subject of such anger in the chat. Right? Y'all are not upset? Hold on. See, now that I'm not driving, I can show y'all a little something. Maybe you don't believe me. Maybe you don't believe me. You know, because you guys can fact check everything. I encourage it. I encourage the fact check. I encourage to do your own research. Unlike they did during the Modelo 19 when they told you if you do your own research and you do your own fact checking, then you're going against science. When the very definition of science includes doing research and doing fact checks. You know, it's interesting. Okay? Yeah. Mm-hmm. What does that say? Israel, under pressure. Why does it take pressure? Allows more aid in Gaza, but UN says it's a fraction of what's needed. Now, this was July 28th. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It looks backwards because of the camera. Right? It looks backwards because of the camera. The desperate struggle to squeeze aid into a starving Gaza. Okay? This was in August 8th. Despite what Israel says are its efforts to bring more food and other aid into Gaza in recent days, the United Nations and other aid groups say it is falling catastrophically short of what is needed to stop fast accelerating starvation there. Maybe y'all don't believe it. Y'all focused on what I'm wearing, how tall I am, whether or not I believe in Jesus, and all that shit. It's a punishment from Allah, sure. It's a punishment from Allah, but this is something that Jews are doing. Help me understand how Jews are doing this to Muslims, but you're saying it's a punishment from Allah. Okay, whatever you say. Now, when Israel allowed aid back in, it did so mostly under a continuous new aid delivery system that resulted in the killing of hundreds of Palestinians and kept all but the strongest, luckiest from getting food. All right, I'm gonna repeat that. When Israel allowed aid back in, it did so mostly under a contentious new aid delivery system that resulted in the killings of hundreds of Palestinians and kept all but the strongest and luckiest from getting food. So it killed hundreds and stopped the strongest and luckiest from getting food. Now Israel is pausing the fighting in some parts of Gaza each day to help aid convoys. But all of it is far too little, far too late, officials say. Nothing less than a ceasefire will allow necessary avalanche of aid to flow safely into Gaza. So even though they're allowing it, they have a delivery system that results in the killings of Palestinians and the rest not getting food. But what are you wearing, Snapzilla Gorilla? Why are you wearing that? Oh, you better come correct when you're telling me about the horrific things that Israel's doing. I don't want to hear nothing about it until you wear a suit and tie. Oh, do you believe in Jesus? Oh, you don't think Jesus was our Lord and Savior. You thought he was an anarchist? Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't. Oh, the atrocities. The atrocities of Snapzilla Gorilla not believing what I believe in. It's truly sad. It's truly sad. But what was it? Hello? What was it? It's unfortunate, but is it our responsibility? Well, if they can do that to the people of Gaza and get away with it, I want you to think about the stupid shit you just said. Or your stupid question. You know they say there are no such thing as stupid questions? Well, I think that's false. And I only started to think that just now when this guy asked this question. Why is it it's not our responsibility? Never said it was. No, it's the responsibility of Israel and the countries giving resources and funding to Israel to do what they're doing, like the United States government. And by extension, I guess it is our responsibility because they're taking our money to give to Israel to commit these atrocities. What was it? It's our responsibility. You know what? That was actually a great question. It's our responsibility because a threat to humanity anywhere is a threat to humanity everywhere. We don't care about it happening in Gaza, but when it happens over here, what was it? Black Jesus, you can get out? Okay. Looks like I gotta help Black Jesus out too. Y'all think that I care about people not wanting to stay? There you go, Black Jesus. You can go. You can go on about your business. Daryl Elgiston says bye. You can go too. Okay. You want to go away? Go ahead. There you go. There you go. Yep, I'm blocking people that don't want to be here. I'm blocking people that don't want to be here. So what? So Israel shouldn't defend themselves against terrorist attacks. You mean the terrorist attack they knew was coming and allowed to come anyway? The terrorist attack they knew was going to happen and allowed to happen and probably even made it happen through what they call agent provocateur. They knew that was going to happen. They knew that invasion was going to happen. They allowed it to happen. So Sun Shui says, obviously you do if you make effort to block people. If you didn't care, that makes no sense. If I cared about whether people would stay or not, why would I then block them and prevent them from being able to come back if I cared that they left? No. If you don't want to be here, if you tell me that you're going or you don't want to be here, then I'm going to help you out. Victim blaming. Anyway, salute to y'all. Much love, like, share, subscribe. And let's keep marching forward toward freedom.